Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Beat Podcast, recorded live here at the Health Convention. I'm excited to be hosting Angelo Campano today. He's the CEO of Flora Health. He's a healthcare tech and commercial strategy leader who bridges pharma, health systems, and digital platforms to transform how brands engage at the point of care. Such a pleasure to have you here, Angelo.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, how's the conference been for you? We're on the last day.
Yeah, wild. This is the fourth time I've been to this conference. This is probably the biggest I've seen it, and yeah, I made it to the end.
You keep coming back.
I do. Yeah, I get a lot out of it. Like, I really do. The learnings, the people. It's an awesome conference.
Yeah, I love it, man. I agree. And so today, you're closing the meeting with an awesome podcast, and I'm excited to dig in a little bit more to understand what you and Flora does. And so to begin with, tell us about Flora.
Yeah, no, you got
Flora Health.
We're a company. We're not that old, actually. The company's a little over 3 years old, and we started at the beginning of 2023, and we've taken off like a rocket. Not too different than the name of this, the Outcomes Rocket. Look at that. No, but it's so we do a lot with manufacturers and their supporting companies. So folks who ultimately want to be able to have a presence at the point of care, be able to have a conversation with a doctor or a patient, or when they're together on behalf of the manufacturer, the pharmaceutical brand, we're the ones that are bridging that connection, actually having the information, the content from the manufacturer get placed in front of the doctor so they can see it while they're in that moment.
Understood. All right. So it's about getting relevant content in front of physicians at the right time.
That's right on. It's interesting. The company, when we started the company, it was founded on an interesting principle, just something I had recognized in my days of working in the space. Years ago, I was training for an ultramarathon. And as I was training for the ultramarathon, I got sprayed by a skunk. And it got me in a doctor's office very quickly, as you'd imagine. I'm there because I'm worried about rabies, right? I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I got the skunk spray in my ears and my mouth and the whole nine. But long story short, I ended up walking out of the office that day with a coupon for a prescription that I didn't even think I needed or knew I needed. But the technology was able to identify it. And the manufacturer brand that was paying for the sponsorship that actually we do now and make those connections got the coupon in my hand and got me out the door. So it got me on the product, really.
So you were just like, how did this happen?
Yeah, I dug in. This was maybe 2012 when it happened.
Yeah.
Dug in, tried to understand a little bit more, and then we made a business out of it.
I love it, man. You never know where the inspiration is going to come from.
I know. It's very true.
That's cool. Well, man, that little skunk, what should we call it? That skunk should have a name.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I think the cartoon from Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Call Flora, be the mascot.
Dude, I love it. Okay, next year, Flora Health might have little skunks at the booth.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I
like that. Yeah.
The story. Yeah. All right. Well, and I don't know, maybe like your delivery doesn't have to stink.
Yeah, there you go. Right. We got to put you on payroll, I think. Maybe have you.
I love
some marketing for it.
Yeah, man, anytime. All right. So with health bringing together health systems, pharma, and health IT, this is your sweet spot. Where do you see the biggest opportunity for collaboration in the next few years? And how's Flora Health positioning itself to help facilitate those partnerships?
Oh, for sure. So our customer is twofold. I mentioned the manufacturer. Yep. That's who's getting the presence. But really, everyone who's at this health conference is also our customer. Partnerships are really important to us. It's a lot of work for us to go to a health system and be able to speak with them about how to take our content, the information, and use it across all their modes of technology. It's a whole different conversation when we're working with these companies they're also making it their life, and they also want to be able to get in front of a manufacturer to be able to get that information. So we're going to continue down the partnership route, I think, with a lot of these companies, understanding what they do, how they operate, and then really matching it with healthcare, matching it with pharma. So they're doing everything in the best way that they can when they're bringing it back to the doctor, essentially, in the health system.
Yeah, and the days of one-to-one are over.
Yes.
Like, if you have a technology partner at a provider that already has the ability to distribute, why reinvent that wheel?
Exactly. Yeah, and it's collaboration. That's the way to go.
Man.
Yeah,
I love that. Thank you for that. And from your vantage point, inside health system workflows, how does Flora Health balance integration with invention? And why does finding the right balance matter for advancing healthcare innovation?
Oh, for sure. So invention comes out of necessity for us. So our ears are to the ground with all of our system customers, technology customers, and trying to understand what it is that they want. So we do a lot of innovation and collaboration with them. So we're not building something just for the sake of building it. We're building something that we know is in need and will be used. I'll give you a great example is that some of the greatest academic medical centers in the country, in the world, they're developing some of the best AI that anyone could use just inside their own four walls that they're using with their own clinicians, their patients. So to come in with another AI and be like, buy this from us, it's not really a lot of value for them. Like what they built is better, it's smarter. So the thinking is more, how can we innovate within what they have? How can we build something on top of what they built, not recreate what they already have, essentially.
Yeah, that's great. And hey, just a kind of a more nuanced understanding for our listeners. Are you working with large health systems? Are you working with ambulatory?
Yeah.
Both? Okay, so both. Fantastic. Thanks for clarifying.
No, you got it.
Flora Health's really doing some unique things. And how are you helping the healthcare industry move forward?
Yeah, thinking. It's interesting. You come to a conference like this and everything is so well known to people for the most part. You speak the language, they understand what you're talking about. You bring that to a pharmaceutical marketer, they don't know what a lot of these terms mean. They're using the framing, HL7 or FIRE, which is such a standard health IT like API term. It's foreign to them completely. It's like you might as well be speaking a language they don't understand. So educating is the path we've taken of like, here's what it means. Here's what it means to you, and here's how you should be thinking about it and ultimately using it.
Oh, Angelo, wow. It's so interesting that you mention this different language. And I guess from my perspective, I spend a lot of time in health tech. I talk to pharma. But I never thought about that lack of understanding and the opportunity to educate and what could come from that. So I think that's a really great point you bring up. So looking ahead to the next 3 to 5 years, what bold bet is Flora Health making that you believe is truly going to transform the healthcare experience?
Yeah, for sure. We're making a bet on market access, believe it or not. So I didn't say AI, which I think probably a lot of you
I love that.
went right into.
Refreshing.
I know. I look at it as AI is interwoven in everything we do. So it's just part of it. You're not going to get, it's not novel for us.
Yeah.
But market access, I think Mark Cuban kicked off this conference talking about like his view on all the different connections and how the connections mean something and don't mean something and how it all comes together. I don't think we're going to approach it in the way he's approaching it, that we're trying to fix everything. But in the one process of prior authorization, patient assistance, we're going to do everything we can to help automate that for our systems, our doctors. So when they're with a patient that's in need of financial support, we're finding the right support for them and making that as easy as possible to get the patient on therapy.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And so what you're doing is reimagining care, the way it's delivered specific to medications. What are you doing specifically for access and outcomes, especially for historically underserved populations?
Oh, for sure. It's interesting. There's a lot of missing information on something as simple as completing a form, like when the doctor's prescribing or the nurse, whoever it is that's working with their technology. So information fall to the wayside quite often where people don't know it needs to be there. They forget it's there. You think of like health disparity data. That's very present on something as robust as an EHR, but doesn't get used very often. People don't know how to use it, where to use it. So just by simply helping them complete a form, automating these pieces for them, plugging things in where they can't plug in. We're talking about people being able to get financial assistance that really never could before just because of the simple clerical error. So reducing those errors, streamlining workflows, it will benefit everybody for sure.
That's great, man. I really appreciate the insight there. And you talked about AI. It's everywhere. There's so many emerging technologies. How do you decide which innovations to invest in, and how do you measure real world impact?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's one, we're going to go where our customers are going on both ends, our partnerships and our actual clients in the pharma companies and whatnot. But when we're looking about where they're going and where their focus is, as I was just saying, financials, that's going to be where we continue to go, where we see the future of a lot of this, making that easier for everybody. I think measurement is twofold. One, I mean, that there's monetary measurement of like how well it's doing. But then I think even more important to that is like how many patients we're getting on therapy that weren't there before, that we're capturing. Simple as like maybe as simple as a day-to-day product that a PCP prescribes, all the way up to a product like a heavy-duty cancer that's really hard to get on therapy. So getting them on therapy, reducing the timeline, making sure they're on therapy faster, that's the goal. So
Love it.
We'll measure it.
Very clear KPIs and very clear focus areas. When's your next ultramarathon?
Oh, geez. I haven't done one in a few years.
Okay.
Yeah, was
that the last one?
Last one, that was 2012.
When the skunk?
Yes, 100-mile one I was training.
Wow. So, did you finish it?
I did, yeah.
How did you feel afterwards?
Exhausted, as you'd imagine.
Where was it?
Florida, Key West.
In Florida.
Yeah.
What time of the year?
So it was in May.
May.
It wasn't blazing hot, but by the end of it, you're not running 10-minute miles like a normal runner. You're running like 25-minute miles.
Yeah, you're slugging it. You're getting there. And it was 100 miles.
100 mile, yeah.
So what about ultramarathons would you say you've been able to pull into entrepreneurship?
Oh, thinking, to be honest. That's as you run 100 miles, you have to train your brain to actually get through it. The physical thing people think about all the time, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so exhausted. But physical thing's actually nothing. It's all the mental that starts hitting you hard.
It's a mental game.
So I trained my brain to think in chapters. So
tell me more about that.
So simple as miles 1 through 3. The chapter I'm going to think about is like, what I'm eating for dinner. And then miles 3 through 6, I'm thinking about, my wife's birthday is coming up. Like, what are we going to do for her birthday? the miles 6 through, and will be about business. And then I'll just keep that going.
So every chapter you index it with like a thought sprint or something like that?
On. And then as I see the mile marker pass, I change chapters. And then in business, it's the same process.
That's cool, man.
We've created chapters in our story, and
that's super
we continue the chapters.
I love that, man. What an interesting way to think, man. I appreciate you sharing that.
Oh, well, thanks for asking.
Yeah, I've done a marathon.
Okay.
26.2, but
still, that's a feat. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, if you're the smartest person in the room, get out of that room. And today we're with Angelo Campano. He's the CEO of Flora Health. Definitely the right guy to be in the room with. If you guys want to learn more, Angelo, where can they reach out?
Yeah, a website, florahealth.io. Contact us. Give us a shout. Happy to chat.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks. Check out the show notes with how to get in touch with Angelo and his team at Flora Health. Thank you all for tuning in to the Beat Podcast here at Health Las Vegas. Angelo, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.